Hello and welcome back to the Wellness Journal by Willa Krause Skin Care. I'm sitting here today with Timire Weideman, our new lead cosmetic chemist for DC Laboratories. So from now on, she will be in charge of doing all the formulations for Willa Krause Skin Care as well. You will see for yourself, she is gorgeous inside and out. I'm so honored to be sitting here with her today. Timire, welcome. Thank you for being here today. Congratulations on your new appointment. So tell us a little bit about your background. Where did your interest in science and chemistry begin? What first attracted you to the cosmetic industry? I want to know everything.
Hi, thank you for having me. So, I started actually having a passion for chemistry. So, I went and studied biochemistry and physiology, and I actually wanted to work in hospitals with patients and reading results, x rays in the neurological side. Um, but when I actually found out that the university has a cosmetic chemistry course, I realized, well, I've been wearing makeup since I was 3 years old. I did professional dancing and I love chemistry. So I think the Lord was actually just telling me, listen, why are you even thinking about anything else? And when I started studying, I realized this is my passion. I absolutely love it. Our professor was amazing. He actually told us everything about the industry and how it works, the different type of people that actually are used in the industry, from R&D specialists to suppliers and the formulators. So it's actually amazing, the community in South Africa, the different events and the customer days, the suppliers always reaching out every day with new innovations. So the moment that I got this job at DC Laboratories, I found my new purpose. I felt fulfilled. So yeah, it's everything and more I actually would have thought of.
That is so beautiful. I love hearing the origin story. But I also want to know, so before entering the industry, what did you imagine a cosmetic chemist job would involve, and how different is the reality that you're experiencing right now?
Our professor was really amazing and actually telling us all the details in first how to get into the industry, where to apply memberships and look for jobs. But he explained each role with our degree and where we want to go. Maybe we want to just be in the laboratory, maybe we want to be the face of the products or the chemistry side. So it wasn't a big shock, but I think what was amazing is actually how everything and everyone just works together. So you can't do your job if the other person doesn't bring their side. So to ensure that the company actually flows well together, we have to constantly have meetings, constantly knock on each other's doors, which is actually quite fun here at DC because we have an amazing team that we work hard, we push each other, we are honest, but we have fun. And when anything goes awry, we show up and we actually help each other. So I think that's the part that was really surprising, because I was imagining myself just locked in a laboratory, like in a basement situation, no one knowing I was there, but my products were coming out. So it's actually really, really shocking the amount of meetings we have to have, calls, but it's so much fun.
I love hearing that, and the fact that you have a nice team. I mean, it makes such a big difference. So, my next question is, which qualities do you think make someone an excellent cosmetic chemist beyond simply understanding the science?
Well, to be honest, to be a great cosmetic chemist is it's a feat in itself, because I mean, I'm 25. I don't know if there's as young of a lead cosmetic chemist in the country. But I realized if I really want to be a great cosmetic chemist, like Eileen Boertes, that helped. I call her my sensei because I learned most of everything I know from her. But what I realized is to be the best, you have to constantly learn. You have to realize that you will not know everything. You will not be perfect. You will make mistakes. And I think not to be afraid of making mistakes is what's going to keep you from evolving. Um, so be open, be vulnerable, ask for help, ask for advice, and saying that you don't know something isn't actually a problem because again the industry is so amazing. We have so many channels and groups and networks that help us evolve. That's why we have events with the cosmetic suppliers as well as other manufacturers to actually give us advice on new projects, on new raw materials coming out. And sometimes you realize, oh, it's not actually you making the mistake, but it's just an outdated idea that we are all following.
That is so interesting for me to hear and for me to get an insight into the industry as well, to hear that you guys have the meet and greets, the conferences, and that there is a community supporting you through this. I'm really happy about that. And no, I'm sure that there's nobody as young as you who is a lead cosmetic chemist in the country. So congratulations on that. It's a feat in itself. What are you most excited to bring to your new leadership role at DC?
I will have to say, I'm I'm just excited to help DC grow because it is such an amazing company and an amazing team. And I'm quite new to the company, and being able to actually have this role means that I can help the company grow, have better quality and consistency. Not that it doesn't have it, it's just I do want to help DC become one of the best manufacturing companies in the country and possibly the world. Um, and being able to actually have the opportunity to have my hands on it, to have a little bit more responsibility and also a voice in the company. And also, it's a new generation coming into the company. So, getting new ideas from a fresh perspective. We have new trends that are always evolving. I hope I have a little bit of creativity that I can throw into the company, but also keep the consistency, keep the quality, and just have my hands on it to help it grow.
That sounds like such a perfect balance between old and new. And if there's anyone that can do it, it's you. So I'm very excited to see how this is going to go going forward. For listeners who may not know, what exactly does DC do and how does it fit into Willa Krause Skin Care? Because obviously, this is the Wellness Journal by Willa Krause Skin Care. So the listeners might not know the connection. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Of course. So, DC Laboratories is a boutique manufacturer. So, we are not just a big cosmetic manufacturer. We specialize in boutique, small, specific brands that really want to hone into the uniqueness of their brands. So, Willa Krause is one of our customers. So, we formulate and we manufacture from the beginning to the end the amazing products. And as I said, we like to specialize with formulations and products. So we want to ensure that every single raw material and every step of the way we hone in what the client wants. So the position of the label, the coloring of the packaging, we help source. We even love to be creative and develop new ideas for them, send up possible new products. So with Willa Krause, we have been a sister company with them also. So we have a lot of meetings weekly with them. We love to be with the process of the clients, the agents. I think we are a big family orientated partnership with Willa Krause to ensure that they are happy. And that DC is also very well represented in what we do for them and for others.
So, what does an ordinary day in the laboratory look like for you? Or is there no such thing as ordinary?
I wish that there was something called ordinary with my job. It's a very small boutique manufacturing company. So we are all involved in everything. So today you might just think, oh, we're just manufacturing, creating a couple of products, and then you never know, you have to jump into the laboratory because a new client wants a new color shampoo and you have to throw in different pigments, and then you end up with red hands and someone thinks you just committed a murder. So every day is completely different. We go see suppliers this day, a client pops in the other day, then we have meetings with the corporate bosses. And then sometimes we actually go and help with the filling stations because we're so overwhelmed. All of the bosses, we just jump into the line and help fill or label. So it's exciting, it's different, it's actually a really, really, really lovely, busy, interesting career to jump in.
Now I'm jealous. That sounds so exciting. It never gets old, I'm guessing, so keeps you on your toes. Can you take us through the journey of a skincare product? So from the initial idea to the finished product on the salon shelf.
We love to contact our clients either in person or over the phone, but most prefer to be on email to keep it fast-paced and moving. So we always try to get the concept, the brand name, what they prefer the brand to be all about, all natural, perfume-free, or they want it to be more boutique or on trend. So we always try to first find out what the person's passion is over the brand. And then we ask if they want it to be specifically formulated with certain ingredients, or do they trust us completely with the idea that they have given us. So then there comes the development, the sampling. That does take quite a while for the whole brand to actually start being launched. So we always tell our clients to just be patient because perfection doesn't happen in one day. And then once the client has approved their samples, we start confirming their packaging, their labeling, the whole look of the brand, and then we move into manufacturing. So then we make the bulk product. We do quality and stability controls, specifically on temperature. We can help clients in terms of sending it for stability testings with microbial growth or separation or anything with the product. And then we move into filling and labeling.
So in that process, how do you balance innovation with the need to preserve the identity and trust that Willa Krause has built over more than 4 decades? I mean, I know you touched on that earlier and that you are someone who's looking to find that balance, but how do you approach finding the balance?
Trends are always evolving every day. And I think for cosmetic brands, it's quite difficult to keep up with the pace because you have probably previous products that are still in the line or ranges that are still working and clients love it. So you don't want to overstock on different products in your brand. So with Willa Krause, we want to be sure that we don't have too much of a variety that people don't think that the other products are good quality, because they are. So when it comes to ensuring Willa Krause has efficacy in every product, but still untrained with what new clients might want, we look at the current ranges and the products that they have, and we ensure and communicate with the clients that this is what they are actually looking for, because Willa Krause constantly stays actually on trend. It's not very difficult. And I think what makes Willa Krause stand out is the fact that every product is what it is. It is a great brand when it comes to actually having efficacy for skin types. Saying what it does actually works. The ingredients that it has the right concentrations. It's not just in there for show. The pricing is actually really, really, really good, considering what it actually has in and the percentages that it has in for let's just say certain actives. So if you want radiant skin, you need a certain active to be at the right percentage. And for that right percentage, the pricing will go up per product. So to ensure that Willa Krause actually has the right pricing, not just for clients, but also for themselves, I think Willa Krause is absolutely amazing when it comes to keeping the balance with trends, but actually keeping the pricing right, the efficacy, and the marketing credibility also.
Okay, now I'm curious. What is one part of product development that consumers rarely see, but that requires a great deal of work?
So clients see the start and the end, but in the middle, I would say the thing that takes the most time is ensuring the quality and the stability is actually correct. Because you might think, oh, they're taking quite long with the samples in the laboratory, but they never know that the one batch we've already finished, but we are testing every single side that we possibly can. And if we are not happy or the stability of the product isn't right, we start over. And we do it as many times as possible to ensure that you actually get a great, stable product that you will love. And quality can take between a day or 2 weeks. It always depends on the type of product, because you get a grade of easy and then you get a very complex product with many actives that have got different pHs or different temperatures or different phases. So creating and finishing a product is the easy detail, but ensuring that your product actually is stable for months and months on end, I think that is the most difficult part, and clients don't always see that part.
Do you have a favorite Willa Krause product from a formulation perspective specifically? And what makes it actually interesting for you?
I will always love the ultimate restructuring firming treatment, because it is actually I call it a flavor bomb, because it is overwhelming with the actives and the balance in the formulation to actually target all skin types but give great benefits. But I have to give one that I don't think a lot of people mention, which is the Iron Lip Perfector. It's formulated in such a way that I don't think a lot of people know how amazing it is. So with wrinkles around the eyes, the smile lines around the lips, sometimes the pout lines on the lips, and the crow's feet around the eyes, we need to treat them with peptides and oils, and that is what the Iron Lip Perfection has. But it has 4 different peptides. It has 3 different oils, as well as 4 extracts, and I think 4 or 3 vitamins. So it's not just one type of active route following. It's following actually so many different benefits that it's not just targeting lines or dark circles. It's actually targeting collagen production, the brightness, and the health of the cells itself. So it's not just a cosmetic benefit, but it is kind of a cellular longevity effect that the product has. And I will forever use it. Even though I'm 25, using it now, it will ensure my husband has a beautiful wife forever. So, yeah.
I'm immediately getting myself the Iron Lip Perfection cream, and you're right, let's start early, right? Okay, my favorite question. What do you think makes Willa Krause Skincare different from other skincare brands?
Like I said earlier, you are getting exactly what they say on the bottle. The percentages that are in of the extracts are optimally put in at the research level that they suggest for efficacy to actually show results. So it's not just in there at a 0.1 or a 0.2%. Some of them are in there at the right percentages to ensure that there is actually results for our clients. Because Willa Krause isn't just a company, it's a women empowerment company. So they want to ensure that their clients, that women feel beautiful, that they actually get what they pay for. Because let's be honest, women, we all have insecurities. We all want it fixed in an hour, overnight. And Willa Krause, they are working so hard to give you the empowerment you need to take on every day and feel beautiful in your own skin. And I know it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in an hour, but they want to ensure that it will happen one day where you just wake up and you feel so good about yourself. I think that's beautiful.
Yes, and I had an interview the other day with Jenny Albrecht, and she said that Willa Krause actually has a compounding effect. So as you use it over the course of 10 years, 20 years, at one point you just start seeing the results every single day. And for me personally, I think those women, they don't age. If I'm thinking about Celeste Hatting, Suzette Lotter, and Botma, all these powerhouse women that I've interviewed, they look exactly the same that they did 20 years ago. Is there an ingredient or a combination of ingredients that you find especially exciting at the moment?
I think an old traditional cliche that has always been used is extracts. I am actually obsessed with extracts, doing different researches because a lot of companies are making concentrated extracts of certain natural ingredients. I mean, I love natural ingredients. The synthetic side of cosmetic chemistry makes it a lot easier, but when you want to go natural, it's quite complex and very difficult to ensure you get a good product that actually does what you need it to do. But I mean, there's a new product that just came out and won the new, I think, 2026 Innovation Award. It's an extract of green coconut with plum pulp extract, and it's made for sensitive skin. And I think that's what I love the most is the fact that sensitive skin is starting to be highlighted in the industry a lot more. Because we all know that the world is changing and there is a lot of pollution happening and global warming. So a lot of people are experiencing more dry to stingy and sensitive skin. So the extracts in the cosmetic world, they are starting to actually build more and more and more from the old traditional side. Hundreds of years ago, we used to only use plant extracts to heal or aid or help. So I think that that's coming full circle again, and I'm quite excited.
I love that because it means we're still getting our answers from nature as it's meant to be. I also love extracts, especially the Earth range. That's my favorite range from the Willa Krause Skin Care house. So, speaking of that, skincare trends move incredibly quickly. How do you distinguish between genuine scientific innovation and just clever marketing?
Well, I think it's becoming a little bit more difficult, especially because we are moving into an area where it's just about social media and online marketing. So, for clients to distinguish between trends and what actually works is to motivate your clients to actually do the research. Because an ad or a consultant can say one thing, but to educate yourself, to make sure that you actually put the right thing on your skin, will have to become your own responsibility at this point, because there are so many trends that are selling you on, like the newest one is PDRN. And if a lot of people actually knew how big PDRN's molecular size is, you would see it will never penetrate your skin. They will need to break it down individually in a laboratory, which will take time. So much resources will have to be put into it and money.
So, that's salmon sperm on your skin. It's really interesting. I don't know if I would go for that, but yeah, interesting. What is one popular skincare claim or misconception that cosmetic chemistry has taught you to question?
I love this question because we are taught about the different skin types we have. And for dry skin, you shouldn't exfoliate, and for oily skin, you shouldn't use products with a lot of oils. And for me, it's quite frustrating because if you actually think about it, dry skin, you have buildup of dead skin cells. You have to be able to remove them to actually penetrate, have your products penetrate the skin. You won't be able to get oils and actives into your skin if you have a layer of dead skin cells, because that's what dry skin people struggle with, me including. And people with oily skin, you are overproducing sebum and oil onto your skin. And it is genetic, it is your skin type. And you exfoliate and you use certain acids and you use creams that are light. But I have always said and believed that using a oil serum at night is what you as a person with oily skin need to do, because you need to replenish your skin with the correct oils. And if you don't, you wake up in the morning with overproduced oily skin because your skin is dry again because you're stripping it. And now you are overproducing oil, but the oil contains your sweat, your urea. It doesn't just contain luscious oils being produced by your body. So if you want to take one thing away from today, I would really love for people with oily skin to just try and invest in a night oil, or even just a night moisturizer that has a little bit more of an oil base, to hydrate your skin, just to see how your skin in the morning actually reacts. Because I believe that the night routine is actually more important than day routine. Yes, sunscreen in the morning, most important step. But your night routine is where your skin and your body actually replenishes itself. That's where the healing takes place. That's where your skin isn't going to be in the sun. So the actives that you put onto your face will actually not be oxidized as much. It won't take on the UV rays. It actually has a chance to just sit and penetrate the skin and heal and help and radiate and everything that you need for the next day to come.
You have so much knowledge. I mean, I would never have thought that people with oily skin need to experiment with something that is more oil-based. So I'm going to try that one and I'll let you know how it goes. If someone wants to simplify their routine, which skincare steps do you consider genuinely essential?
Well, as a skincare girly that uses about 20 products, I would say a cleanser is definitely the top option. If you really only want to use about 2 or 3 products, cleanser. I believe in a serum more than a cream, and it's going to raise a couple of eyebrows. But if you have the right serum, you can use it as the last product. You don't need to have a cream. I love the Willa Krause Collagen Serum. It is a milky, creamy serum, so you can use that and you don't have to use a moisturizer. But when it comes to serums like vitamin C and Bakuchiol and all those, a cream will be needed, but I love serums. And then sunscreen. Without a question, even when you are just at home during the day, sunscreen always, forever, and please don't forget your neck and your bust, because you'll have a beautiful face, but the bottom won't match the top. So yeah, if you want to have 2 or 3, I think that's the way to go.
I'm so happy to hear that because the collagen serum is my favorite, and I also don't use a moisturizer after the collagen serum. So I'm happy that that's okay. Timire approved. Okay, finally, before I let you go, what do you hope to contribute to DC and Willa Krause Skincare and the South African beauty industry as a whole for this next chapter in your career?
I do hope to bring in some creativity and also become a voice for DC, for it to grow, but also for the cosmetic industry and the clients to be more educated. Willa Krause to have another voice that can continue the legacy of Eileen Botha's, creating real trust and quality and advice, because we as women, we need to always give other women advice and help and aid and empower. I actually just hope to become a teammate for Willa Krause, as well as a leader for other girls that want to jump into the industry. More innovation, more creative ideas, quality, and a love for science.
That was Timire Weideman, the new lead cosmetic chemist for DC Laboratories. I had such a fun time sitting with you today, having these conversations, and I think people will be excited for this next chapter. So this was the Wellness Journal by Willa Krause Skincare, and I will see you next time.